What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. I want to talk about how silence drives the narcissist crazy. And I also want to talk about when they give you the silent treatment, how it backfires on them. Now, this normally happens after the narcissist haven't heard from you in a while. What they were expecting after a breakup or no contact, which is very, very powerful on both ends. They were expecting you to fold, to just completely lose your mind, to blow their phone up, to send them texts back to back to back. And when you do that, that just lets them know that you are still there. However, when they give you the silent treatment, they're not gonna respond. And when they don't respond, they do that as a way to punish you. They want you to sit in misery and think about what you did wrong, which is usually nothing. You haven't done anything wrong. You can express what you expect out of a narcissist in a relationship, which is by right due to you out of love and respect. But they're not going to honor that by proving that, okay, I was wrong and I'm going to do better. In order to make you happy. They're not going to do that. If anything, they're going to turn the other way, go silent, and just have your mind wondering, like if you've done something wrong. Those are the type of mind games they play, you know. But sometimes it don't work out that way. What the narcissist was expecting is for you to just come running back to them. They thought you were. So now they're wondering, like, well, what happened wrong? They thought they had it all figured out, and now they mad because they were expecting you to express yourself, highly emotional and just be struck by this silent treatment or this no contact that they're giving you all of a sudden. They were expecting you to express how much you miss them. They were expecting you to beg them to come back. They want you to, again, apologize for things you didn't even do to punish yourself, gaslighting you. But none of that happened. And so now they're mad. They are mad. If anything, when it backfires on a narcissist, I'm talking about the silent treatment, that actually gives you the upper hand when they go no contact. It gives you the upper hand because they weren't expecting you to be as strong, and I know I spoke about this in the last video, and resilient to all of their efforts to try to break you and make you feel bad. See, and now that you're expressing freedom and happiness, and you're able to even start to recognize your value instead of seeking understanding and assurance that, well, I thought you loved me. That's what they were expecting from you, but you're not giving them that satisfaction. So now, they're scrambling, trying to find ways to reach back out to you. That wasn't a part of the plan, though. So they're angry in the process. And see, now their anger is not something that you should just kind of turn a blind eye to. You must be aware that when you're dealing with someone like that, very highly emotional and just an unstable person, when they start to show you those signs, that's something that you shouldn't ignore. You should take heed to it and just take it serious, you know because sometimes they may get violent. And I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story real quick. I know I mentioned this before a little while back. I remember in the early stages of going no contact, when I decided I'm done, you know with the friendship that the narcissist and I had at work. I remember it was this one time that we were sitting in the room that I told y'all we were sitting in so that I won't be around her and her other little minions. We were sitting in a room on break, and this room has this shelf where we store our supplies. So I was sitting right in front of that shelf because I was able to block this the doorway to where she would constantly walk by to look in there at me. So I was able to sit close to the shelf to where she couldn't even look in there. She would have to actually come in there. Now, when you surround yourself with people who are pretty much like, people who gets it, they see the narc. You're more in a you're you're in a comfort zone, and you can express more of your happiness around them and freedom of who you are instead of what the narcissist was grooming you to be and expecting you to be. The narc, they're not comfortable when they come into that territory. So they tread lightly, they take a chance, they have to really boost themselves up to come in that territory where you are now because you have stopped entering theirs. So she came in that room, pretended like she just had to get something off the shelf where I was sitting, where the supplies are. And she only put on this act because other people were around. So when she entered the room, I'm pretty sure she know that, you know, she is not somebody that, she just wasn't one of our favorite people because they were on to her and they already know why I stopped dealing with her. So she come in there to get something off their shelf, and they put on a fake, just put on a little fake kind act like they just, just as good as gold. And she was like, excuse me, y'all. Just that stupid little voice they put on. Excuse me, y'all. I just need to get out here to get something off the shelf. Excuse me, Felicia. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like I didn't mean to interrupt you eating your lunch, and now you got to get up and move out of the way so I can reach for something that I don't even really need. I'm just harassing you. So that's what she coming in, putting on a little act. And I got out of the way so fast, so the faster she could get what she needs, she get the hell on out of my presence. So she got it, and I didn't look back at the shelf, but I know that she laid the supplies back to where it was at an angle and weren't, it wasn't really sitting back tight on the shelf to where even the like the slightest little bump or budge to the shelf would make the supply come down tumbling on me. And that's what happened when I sat back down. She planted that to happen. She wanted it to be that way. But I said that to say this: narcissists will become violent at some point when they can't get a response out of you. And when it gets like that, don't ignore it. Find ways to protect yourself, even if you got to go get a protective order, if you have to make a police report if they've done something to try to hurt you. Some narcissists, they will come to your house, when they feel that they could just pop up when they want. And this probably happened in marriages that, where you separated from the north. They will do some of the most pettiest things to get under your skin to force a response out of you because they can't handle the silence. It drives them crazy when they cannot control the narrative, when they can't get something out of you to let them know that they can still get to you. They will come to your house and block your driveway and jump in a car with someone else to keep you from pulling off from out of your own driveway. They do things like this. There's no limits to what a narcissist will do when they have a very difficult time letting go, which is most of them. A lot of them, they may not show up in your presence, but they'll be doing things behind the scene to make your life miserable. There are no limits to what they will do. And that's why I said, surround yourself with people who gets you and who understands the situation and what you've been through, you know. And now you're able to express that freedom and independence and happiness, and they hate it. They can't stand to see you this way if they can't be a part of it. They need to be able to feel it, because they just want to be you. They want to be you, and the more they can drain you of who you are and pretend to be that way, the more they destroy you. And now they see that they don't have that type of power over you anymore. It kills them. And that silence, it's so powerful because it's like what they were expecting to happen, it's not happening. Or it's not happening fast enough. They even put a limit on, okay, enough of this now. And that's when you'll start to see, when they get angry. Enough of this. And I've even had people to tell me, like, man, I see what you talking about. She is crazy. Or he is crazy. You know, people will start to see them. The more you stay away from them and you don't entertain them, you don't acknowledge them when they try to love them, because they're going to get angry. And other people will start to pick up on it, like, nah, I see why they made the decision they did to go no contact. Or, even if the person, the narc, broke it off with you and you're not trying to get back with them, people will see why you're not, because the narcissist is now portraying this image of them being a very unsettled person. And who wants to deal with somebody like that? And they will bring that back to you, like, I see why you made that decision. I see why. I don't blame you. Like, even at work that time, she was so mad because even when the stuff failed, it was over with, the moment had passed. She was expecting me to approach her. She needed a response so bad she tried to hurt me. It didn't work. So now she's out there screaming and hollering, and they're telling me about it. And I hear her screaming. And one coworker said, "Why would you buy her a birthday cake? And you said you was done with her, like you so mad, but you still buying her things. I don't understand it." See, that just kind of exposes them a little bit, and they don't like that, you know. So silence drives the narcissist crazy, especially after a breakup, you know. And when it backfires, that's normally what happens. So thank y'all for watching. Leave your thoughts down below, and I will talk to you soon.